Hello and welcome to the channel, Kelly Legends Media. Okay, so today I want to do a video regarding something that took place in prison recently. An older man, a disabled man, a man in a wheelchair, allegedly got booked, he got stabbed, he got moved on by an able-bodied person, okay? I don't know what his circumstances was. I don't know. I don't know what his circumstances were. I don't know if this happened on GP or if it happened on a SNY yard. But that's not the point. The point is that this man obviously had trouble walking, moving about. He has some disadvantages, right? To say the least. I learned a long time ago that really don't count for much to a lot of people. Okay. I remember one time I was in the county. Me and Pequeño from Lomas were bunkies. I had the bottom bunk, he had the top bunk. And down at the end of our row was this old man. Dude was, I don't know how old he was. He was a white man. Caucasian. Hair like snow. You know, I think one of the most identifying things about aging is a person's hands. You know, when they get that arthritic look, you know, and they're like all, you know, their hands, the skin's real loose. Shit, they look like this. No. Anyways, you could really gauge a person's age a lot by his hands, you know? Dude was old, man. And it seemed like every chance somebody got, somebody was trying to punk him for something. And at first I didn't say nothing because there was some woods in there. They didn't do anything though. They didn't say nothing. So finally I had enough, man. I went over to a situation that was happening with the old dude and I said, hey man, you guys leave this dude alone already, man. That's it. No, okay, this and that. I go, look, that's it. This is over. Go do what you're gonna do, or what? What's up? You know. They walked away, mumbling shit under their breath, whatever. So I moved that old dude, and I moved him to my bunk, so that he'd be under Pequeño, and then I moved to the bunk over to the right, his right, the old man's right. And we kept him there. We took care of him, you know, we did him some bottles and stuff, you know, like dude had trouble moving about, you know. We pretty much we had him under our wing, you know. We didn't get nothing out of it, you know. We didn't ask him for anything. There was no strings attached, man. We just felt sorry for dude. I did. And Pequeño went along with me. You know, he was joking and clowning and you know, he made a few funny comments about the situation and me getting involved and stuff, but when it came down to it, man, he agreed and he was down to take care of old dude, you know. So when I seen the clip of this man getting booked, man, I was thinking, man, people are vicious, you know, especially in jail. We don't know what the guy did though. You know, he might have been one of them funny bunnies like High Power Fitness says, you know. He might have been in there for some bad charges. I don't know, you know. But the point of my video is that anybody can get it. You know, everybody knows that, and if you don't know, now you know. It's, you know, prison's a place where it's ruthless, it's dangerous, and anybody can get got, you know. And usually, if somebody moves on you like that, they move on you not to teach you a lesson, not to make you leave, or they usually move on you with a weapon because they're going to try to uh, make you stop breathing. You know, it's usually pretty serious. Anyways, I really don't know what the old man's situation was. Nevertheless, he was disabled, and I just wanted to mention, you know, this illustration of how ruthless prison and jail can be. Everybody knows it that's ever been there, you know, or that's heard stories. But for those of you that haven't, this is not a new situation. It happens. I've seen other videos where men are on crutches or they have a cane and they're walking the track. And they get moved on by like three dudes and they get whacked, you know. Uh, yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, I wanted to mention that, but I also wanted to mention something else. You know, I make these videos, and sometimes people like may think like, "Oh man, this video's boo boo. This video, it you know, these videos, they're boo boo. You know, people have even said it on the comment section. Hey, Lucky, you know, your channel's weak. Your channel this. Hey, your videos are this and that and the other, right? I wanna tell two situations to to illustrate. Although my video may not get a lot of views, although a lot of people may not be interested in the content, nobody really knows whether they're good or bad. Maybe to make money, to me, they're not, because I don't make money off videos like this. And there's several videos I do, and I don't do it for monetary, for their monetary value. I do it for a message I'm trying to get out. Sometimes I don't know why I want to do a certain message, but I do it anyways. You know, I don't know what's leading me to do it, but something tells me to do it, and I do it. You know, I feel I'm being led to talk about a certain thing, so I'm going to talk about it. And here's an example why. I had a visitor over the other day. Okay, he's somebody that I knew for a very long time. My kids were babies, and so were his when we met, and we met through my baby's mama and his baby's mama. They were sisters. Okay, and even though we both split up with those women, we still call each other cuñado, you know. And we still see each other, and you know, like I said, he comes over to the house sometimes. I go practice with him sometimes. He has a group of friends that are musicians, and once in a while, you know, I sit in and play a little congas or. Anyways, good guy. Okay. Well, it turns out his brother, his older brother, is now the pastor, one of the pastors in the church that I used to go to. I did a little mention in my video about Pastor Richard Matas, Pastrami from Lopez, who became a pastor, and who I consider my spiritual father, who led me to the Lord, and basically is responsible for connecting me to God, you know. Anyways, so my cuñado's brother's now one of the main pastors of the church. Pastor Richard Mata has since passed away during the COVID. And he was telling me the other day, and I had no idea. He goes, hey, you know what, cuñado? He says, you know that you were very instrumental with my family being saved, you know. He told me how the order of things fell into place. Like I said, Pastor Richard was like my spiritual father. He came to the barrio and met me. He was looking, him and his brother David Valdez, and I think his name was Freddie Wolf. I think his name was. He was a trainer at the Cleaning House boxing gym, and they were looking for guys in the barrio that that had hands, and that's basically what initiated my homeboy Wolf bringing them to me and introducing them to me, and me getting involved with them, and then later the church. Anyways, my baby's mama at the time and her sister would go to the church too. I would take my kids. Sometimes I'd be sitting there with my boys, until the pastor excused the youth to go with the rest of the kids to have their class. And I guess that exposed my wife to the Word of God, her sister, then her husband, and they would go together. My sister-in-law and him, and later he says that his family started going, and I remember his mom. His mom passed away, I think, shortly after our pastor, maybe just a little bit before, a little bit after my pastor had passed away. His mom had passed away, and you always find her in the church. She'd always go there to the New Jerusalem church, the brother. And anyways, my point is through me meeting these men and going, and my kid's mom going, and a whole string of people ended up getting saved. So while I'm in there, I was giving Bible studies one time for a while in the men's home. I'd go to the men's home and give Bible studies, right? I wasn't in the men's home, but I'd go there to give Bible studies. And I gave this Bible study one time, and I didn't think nothing of it. I did it, and we dispersed, and eventually I basically stopped going to church. I got caught up in my career, and then I just go periodically, and sometimes I'd go to other churches that were closer because of my job or whatever the case. But my point is that one day I called the church, and this guy answers, right? And he goes, "Hey, Steve, hey, man, I wanted to talk to you." And I go, "Who's this?" And he told me who it was. He goes, "I wanted to thank you." I go, "Thank me? Thank me for what?" He goes, "I wanted to thank you, man. You know that Bible study you gave us one time? When you used to come to the home about he got into it a little bit." I go, yeah, okay, yeah, I remember." He goes, "You know what? That it like stuck in my head, And I attribute that very much to me coming back to this church. And look, I'm the director of the home now. My point is, there was several men in that Bible study that heard what I was the message I was trying to get across, and it really affected an individual's life, and in a big way, in a mighty way. So that's why I say a lot of times, I might put a video out there, and you may not be interested one bit, and it might not mean anything to you, but there might be somebody out there. There might be. I'm not saying there always is, but there might be somebody out there that video was for, and it might help them. It might change their life. It might affect them in a way that impacts their life and their well-being. Maybe not immediately, but maybe at some time in their life, So a lot of times I'll do videos, and I know they're not going to get views, and that's okay. I just hope that whoever the message was meant for, I hope it gets out to that person or those people. And anyways, yeah, I just wanted to mention that. That being said, I'm gonna end this video, but before I do, I did a video yesterday on murals because I was asked a question in a comment section in somebody else's podcast. You know, I was on somebody else's podcast, and when I logged on and said hello, a bunch of people were saying hello to me, and I don't know why they chose that time to ask me, but they had asked me a question about murals. Why don't you do something on the murals? And they asked, how come nobody writes on the murals? Anyways, I did a video. If you get a chance, go back and take a look at it. And it started off really good, man. But you know what? I was really disappointed today the way things turned out. And you'll see what happened on that video. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you who subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Just take you a second. Set that notification bell on all so you'll be notified whenever a new video drops. We talk about different things on this channel. It's not just about gangs in prison and, you know, cultural things, history, East LA, Maravilla, Boyle Heights, maybe City Terrace. You know, I talk about different subjects. I try to keep things, you know, not just about prison, not just about gangs or anything like that. You know, I might even talk about drugs or addiction as much as I could. You know, YouTube's kind of funny about those subjects. But anyways, yeah, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If later you feel the content boo-boo, like they say, you could unsubscribe. And if you can, hit that like button. It's very important to the channel. It's important to all content creators. It's a way to support the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. God bless you. God bless your family. Stay safe, people. Most of all, stay free. Stay out from behind them walls. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you on the next one.